Imagine if Murder Mystery didn't win, you probably would have never came on the Hive, actually.
Oh my gosh, that's actually really true.
So, like, if
Wow.
if something else won't, you would never be here, Kings.
And we are back. Episode 3 of the Hivecast. Today, it's just me and Rubixel. Say hello.
Hello, podcast.
Yes, very cool. And today we're going to be talking about how and when we started playing the Hive, the future of the Hive, and Galaxite. We have some pretty fun segments planned, and we have some tips for smaller creators. All right, Rubixel, do you want to start us off with how did you start playing the Hive? Like, when did you get into the Hive, to be a bit more specific?
I got into the Hive about a year and a half ago. It was back in like I say April 2020. Basically I was just like bored during quarantine and like my dad let me like play online play now for like the first time. And I just like saw Hive and I was just like immediately addicted to it, you know?
Yeah, so I started at the same time. However, I actually first logged on to Lifeboat. And like I know you guys may not believe me, but this is literally what happened. So I was playing with one of my friends who at the time was on my Kings of Clash channel with me. His name was Matthew. We recorded a lot of murder mystery for like the 0 people that remember that. But basically I logged onto Lifeboat and I wanted to play there because it was like one of the most popular servers, and there like wasn't even a party option. And when there was, the Bed Wars games wouldn't fill up. It would take me like an hour just to like get into a game of Bed Wars where I wouldn't crash. So then I logged off, and then I logged onto the Hive where there was murder mystery. At first, the only games that I played were 5,000 games of murder mystery and a couple games of survival games. I was horrible at PvP because I'm mobile. And since then, I've played Skywars, Treasure Wars, and screw hide and seek, and the other games suck. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, funny story relating to that actually. I didn't first log on to the Hive either. I actually first logged on to CubeCraft.
Oh, how's your experience there?
Well, CubeCraft, I mean, it was pretty fun even back a year ago, honestly. And I didn't log onto the Hive after that. I played Mineplex a lot too. I
Um,
mean, I mean, I played a lot of the game where you like rebuild the build in the middle, kind of like
oh, I
fill the
remember that.
gaps, but like you have
Yeah.
to like rebuild a smaller build. It was actually really fun. I actually really enjoyed playing those. And then like as I said, I finally log onto the Hive, and about a month later, Skywars released, and I
Oh,
mostly
yeah.
played a lot of I'd say I played a lot of Just Build, like a ton of Just Build. I'm like level 15 on Just Build, but you
Oh,
know, I
wow.
suck
I'm
at
like level
building, so
5. Yeah, I'm like level 68 in murder mystery. So like, that's when you know you've been grinding that game a little too much. I was almost
yeah.
at on leaderboards at one point, and I mean, when you're on leaderboards for murder mystery, one of the I'll say it, the most boring games. I mean, ugh. But how did you start YouTube? Because I mean, starting Hive and starting YouTube is very different. So what was your story there?
Oh man. So around the same time, I'd say, remember Hive Scrims and the Horde and like Inertia?
Oh yeah, with Swim Clan,
Yeah,
Mystic.
Swim Clan, you got Swim Clan, you got Valor, you got Mystic, you got the cringy Royalty
Now that I think about
Clan.
it, that was one of the first videos when like Potato Pie blew up when he made a video with Ignacio and his clan. I think that
Oh
was
my god,
Mystic.
thank you for interrupting me, Kings.
Okay, go Rubixel.
Oh my god. But yeah, you got that back when like clan thing, right? One of my friends who had 1,000 subscribers at the time, um, he told me to make a clan with him. And I was like, you know what? Sure. I've been friends with this guy for like 2 months. He's been introducing me to the Hive, so sure. I made a clan with him. And then after that, we were known as one of the biggest clown clans ever. But what made me start YouTube was after all of that, I was like, why why be like a big a person in the community? Like I saw that the people that people respect in those communities were YouTubers. So I was like, why don't I just become a YouTuber? Because I hate being made fun in the community. So I'd rather just want to be a YouTuber in the community so people actually see me as someone who actually makes good content. instead of just focusing on sweating like the game. But of course, I made the channel. It did not do very well for the first like month and a half. I say for the first 3 months. Now, I would say I got extremely lucky with my channel. Like, somehow, what happened is I had a name change like in August last year, about a year ago actually. I changed my name. I'm not gonna tell you my old name because it's so cringy,
Oh,
Kings. You
come
would not
on.
want to hear.
Tell it, it's the
Okay,
podcast.
you wanna know my old channel name?
Yes, we do.
Ace Space Gaming.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. I
yeah,
wait,
you're
can you, like, take it back?
yeah, you can edit this out. Yeah. So basically after that, like I took like a 3-week break from YouTube thinking about what could I do to improve my channel and get more views because I would post a video, I had like 120 subs, I would gain no subs for like any of the month, and I'd get like 40 views in a day, which I mean, it's not terrible for a
I
channel with
mean,
100
40
subs.
views is 40 views.
I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, what happened, right, is I took a 3-week break because I was sick for like a week, and I needed to take a break. And then when I came back, I made a video that did bad, and I assumed it would do bad because it was the first video I came back. But the video right after, that was the first video in my life where I've gotten over 100 views in a day. Now, usually 100 views in a day is not very something to really like be so ecstatic about. But the thing that made it so amazing was that it was just the first video that like met the standards I wanted to meet for a channel. So I just kept on uploading like funny moments and like trapping because those were like the big things at the moment. And
Oh.
eventually I started to average 200 views in a day about 2 months later. And then I would call it about,
Wait, hold on, just for a time frame, where are we? Like, December in what year or
I would
November?
say, I'd say about January, December-ish, 200 views
Oh.
average in a day. Of course, I made all your Hive Scours paint in one video. That video blew up in November. That inspired a lot of like videos to pop up. Like Unstable Potato made his, and it got like 10 times my view count. But still, I will take credit for the OG all your Hive Scours paint in one video. But
Amazing.
I would say I think March, no, April. April is the month where I decided, all right, back to the drawing board. My content, I need to switch it up because I had no niche. I would upload like a trapping video here. I would upload a funny moments over here, and I would upload just some random videos in the middle that like I had no sort of like connection with my videos at all. They were just uploading whatever's like the hot topic at the moment. So I took a break. I changed my style a bit, and I came back. First video I uploaded, it got like 270 views in a day, which was amazing. That was good for my channel at the time. And, you know, now I'd say about May around there, I really started to change my content up. I also took like a week break to practice thumbnail making, and it really worked because my CTR basically doubled, and my videos has just been doing a lot better since then. And now I have I think I have a niche now. I'm gonna try and upload I'm gonna try and upload these short videos telling you how to do certain things. And it's not really a tutorial. It's more you know who Skip the Tutorial is, right?
No, but it's kinda like Piglin
Basically,
Mafia, right? Like what you're doing now?
like
Sorta?
kinda. It's more of just like the length of the video like
Yeah.
taking inspiration of, but like if you guys know who Skip the Tutorial is, he makes these really long videos and then he also makes these really short videos sometimes. where he just gives you, like, random facts, but it's not really facts, it's just, like, teaching you how to do certain things. So that just really makes it, like that's where my inspiration comes from, because I try to get, like, more cinematic shots with my videos now, and, like, I think I can definitely pull this off and make this my thing.
Yeah, and you were even
So,
able to get into the 32-player Galaxite tournament.
I that ever since that day, I've just been like, "I can do it. I can do this now." I feel so much more motivated now, especially because of you, Kings. Like, the time
Thank
when I
you.
saw you actually pop off was the moment I realized that I could actually do it too. Because I have almost 1.5 thousand subscribers now. You had that like 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
If I think about it, anything is possible on YouTube. I've
I mean,
definitely realized that.
it feels like you just hit 1K and now you're, like, halfway to 2K.
I know.
I know it's
I
been a
don't
couple of
even know
months,
how.
but, like, I remember you took a vacation, like, June, like, right after you hit 1K.
I know. I did a huge giveaway, hit 1K, and then I dipped for like 2 weeks. I was gonna upload during them, but
Back when Block Drop existed.
I miss Block Drop. So
Don't
what
we
about
all?
you? How'd you, like, get
Oh
into YouTube?
boy, this is gonna be quite the story. So, so I've been wanting to be a YouTuber for, like, my entire life. Finally allowed to be a YouTuber or start. I think, yeah, 2019, August 31st, I created my first channel. It was called Kings of Clash. Now, first video uploaded, uh, talked to some people in my school. That video got 200 views in the first day. Amazing. It was a Clash Royale video. That's why my name was Kings of Clash. I made Clash Royale and I started doing a bit of Clash of Clans content at the beginning. Come November, I found out Minecraft existed again. Minecraft used to not be cool in my grade. So, like, I didn't even play it, but if you did, it was one of those things that you did not want people to know you played. And then PewDiePie was actually the person I don't really watch him, but everyone else in my grade does, and he made Minecraft a bit more popular and I guess you could say cool again. Like that's the reason Mr. Beast does it now on his gaming channel. But that's a bit irrelevant. I did a couple. So I was like a builder. I did like a house competition. That was like my main thing at first. And I got up to like 100 subscribers in my first 6 months. I took a long break because I mean I wasn't taking it seriously. I was getting like 70 views a video. I started again March 2020 when we were going into lockdown at first because of COVID, and that is when I found the Hive. So I used to watch Preston play Murder Mystery. Those 1 hour streams, I watched the full VODs at least twice over the course of the years. I used to love Murder Mystery. Now I think it's the most boring piece of garbage in the world. But you know, that's irrelevant. I used to really like it. And that being said, I played with my friend Matthew. We recorded daily videos for maybe even 2 months of like just solely like murder mystery. I had a much more high pitched voice back then.
Might I
And
have
I
a
mean,
question, though?
yeah, what's up?
When does the hamster game come into play?
Oh, Hamster Gang. Yeah. So you guys don't know, but I mean, Hamster. So Hammy the Hamster was a costume you could get in the Quest shop in like March or May. So I remember I got into the Hive for Easter of 2020, like right as the Easter scavenger hunt thing was ending. I didn't even do the Easter scavenger hunt because I had no idea what the heck was going on because it really wasn't that friendly to new players. I mean, it was, but I didn't know that you could just search up a tutorial on YouTube, and I mean that's how YouTubers get all their views nowadays. Not really anymore, but I mean it used to be back in winter when they did the scavenger hunts. But anyway, I was getting like 100 views a day, and then I sort of became a builder. I built Green's Mansion. I built the Dream vs Technoblade Arena. That was my main things that kind of blew up my channel. I had a small little roleplay series in summer of 2020. And then I hosted a really, really horrible, horrible tournament that went absolutely nowhere. And I didn't upload half the stuff. I mean, I even had MJ in it before he blew up, like a long time ago. So it was fall, like as school was starting in 2020, I hosted it. So it was like based off of the Dream vs Technoblade fight. It was the same arena. I rebuilt it in Minecraft because I mean I was a builder back then. And that is how I met DZ. And DZ, I think, is one of the reasons I am here now because DZ kind of introduced me to a lot of other Hive creators. Like, there's a whole server of them that I talk to now on a regular basis. Like, that's how I know Rubixel here. And I mean, since then, I stopped posting on the Kings of Clash channel, and I studied the algorithm for 3 months. And Rubixel could tell you I was super annoying when I was studying the algorithm because I kept saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up from it." Is that right, Rubixel?
Oh god, you don't even wanna know how annoying it was.
Yeah, but then I started with the news niche because I realized I tried to do news at one point, but, like, in, what was it, 2020, early 2020, like, when I was getting into the Hive, but it went nowhere because there wasn't that much of a community for it, and my whole fan base was a lot, lower age, like, probably, like, 11-ish, I'd say, give or take, and it wasn't that big. But then I started news again, and within, like, literally day
Like
1,
2
it was
months.
a
Yeah,
Drew to
2
Noob video.
months.
Literally overnight, got 2,000 views, basically. I mean, it got like 500 overnight. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but over time it got to 2,000. And I started out like as an exposed channel, I guess you could say. Not super proud of that, but at the same time, it did kind of shape me into how I do the whole news thing. I was uploading twice a day at one point. Made a couple mistakes because I mean, not easy to upload twice a day news stuff. And then I decided, so Hive News. Hive News was a channel run by Jakester and Pokestone. And I'm going to be honest here. They started out, they were doing a weekly recap series every Saturday. And I wasn't ever going to do a weekly recap series. I was going to be posting once or twice a day, every day, just singular videos, but I wanted to one up them. So I then started doing my own weekly recap. I was going to also add in a lot of other videos throughout the week. And then I said, why make it weekly when I could do it every couple of days? And then that quickly blew up again. It was getting like 1K a day, all of those videos. And then from there, it's just history. It's been going up and up. And I mean, that's where we are today. That pretty complex story, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that seems pretty complex.
So, Rubik's moving on a tiny bit. So, fan interactions, how do you feel about them on the Hive? Because I mean, when you start out, they're really cool and fun, but as you get down the road, you sorta encounter a lot of your fans that'll just stream snipe you, and it's not the most fun. Like, sure, we love our fans, but then there's some that are a bit far and will just stream snipe you whenever you stream or just target you every game, which really is not fun. What are your what are your thoughts
Well,
on,
you can definitely tell that people do target me in games, as you saw from the first background gameplay, you know? Um, I literally got targeted on, like, throughout, like, the entire time throughout that one dude. Like, I mean, targeting, it's not cool. I mean, fan interactions, though, like, I mean, I'd say every time I actually do play Skywars every now and then, every time I log on, I'd say I recognized at least half the time. Half the time I log into a game, I get recognized because
That's pretty good.
most of the time, you log into a game and it's, like, full of, like, randoms, you know? People that logged on their mom's iPad and they're, like, playing Hive Skywars, which, I mean, we were all there at one point, so no hate, no hate. But, like, most of the people that recognize me, like, also wanna target me and kill me, but which I don't really care, cause like, I don't really care about, like, being good at the game, really. I only really care about just, like, you know, having fun, having the strats, you know? It's just, like, the fun part of the game is, you know, where I play, but I've also been getting, recognized a lot more on Galaxite because
Oh, yeah, because of the
people
tournament and in general,
so
yeah.
not even just because of the tournament, because of your video also. Also, most of your audience is from Galaxite too. So when you shouted
Mine?
me out that one time, like,
Oh.
it brought a lot of traction, and people knew who I am. People also knew who I was because I talk in the main chat sometimes. So I have a very active fan base on Galaxite and Hive now, which I'm very grateful for actually, because those are the 2 servers I really enjoy playing on. Um,
Yeah. Oh, you
and
go.
every time I do get someone that's like, "Oh, look, it's Rubixel," I'm like, "Man, I would never thought I'd be here," you know? 'Cause that used to be me when I saw, like, freaking dice in the hub or
Oh
pizzas
gosh,
in the
yeah.
hub. And now people are doing that to me, and I'm like, "Oh, well, okay, well then, well."
It is kind of sad though. I remember when I was first logging onto the Hive, and there were like 2 or 3 YouTube ranks. Like it was a huge deal when DZ even got his YouTube rank. But like when it was just Dicey's and Patar, if Dicey's was AFK in the hub, at all times there would be a swarm of like 40 to 50 people just around him. That's how I even figured out he existed. Like I was like, huh? What's this? There's like 40 people clumped in one area. Oh, there's someone in the middle with a red rank. That sounds cool. And ever since then, I've been wanting to get YouTube rank. But yeah, go on.
I've also kind of been wanting to get YouTube rank, but I feel like that's every Hive YouTuber's goal unless their content revolves around, like, making fun of the Hive. So, like,
My
there's
hand started
obvious
bleeding randomly, so I'm getting a tissue to clean it up. Give me a second.
that was just out of nowhere. Are you gonna cut this out?
No, I'm not gonna cut this out. Keep going.
Okay. So, there is honestly an audience for content that's, like, hating on the Hive, or just, like, making joke videos about the Hive, like the anti-cheat, like Dixon, sick one example,
Yeah.
like all those people. So you really got to think like YouTube rank is like it's one of the main goals you want to have as a content creator in the Hive because it's like the first step to becoming a major YouTuber in the grand scheme of Bedrock Edition.
Oh,
Because like
definitely.
Tato, he grinded for a month and he got like 10K in a month. Like that was probably one of the fastest growing YouTubers like in the Hive community
Oh,
ever,
I
and no one,
remember that.
everyone really like overlooks it.
It was Potato and Evident, the
Yeah,
two fastest.
Potato and Evan, they were both so like, they were growing rapidly
Ooh,
fast.
yeah.
Evan had got, like, 5K in a day,
Also,
10K in a day.
yeah.
Like,
Also, Ignacio is super underrated. Like, if he has a ton of subs, but like no one's realizing this, but he's getting more subscribers and views than anyone else in the community right now. Like, everyone go look at Ignacio's channel. Like,
I know,
sheesh.
he's getting, like, hundreds of thousands of views over there.
I
Like, oh
know,
my
and he's
goodness.
getting 200 to 400 subscribers a day.
I know, that's actually kinda crazy. But, yeah, I think as soon as you get YouTube rank, the next goal from there, if you're a Hive YouTuber, is to just keep on growing your channel until you're one of the most like, one some of the most well-known people in the Hive community. Like, MJ became well known in the community for being good at the game, and then he started making, like, content, and then all the people that, like, knew him from being good at the game went to go watch his content, and that's kinda how he, like, popped off and blew up.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So,
y
do you want me to bring us into our first segment ever on one of these shows? Are you
oh, yeah.
ready for
Hit me
Hive facts?
oh?
All right. So I've collected a couple of pretty interesting and fun Hive facts. Starting off, did you know that Swarms was moved to the In Progress tab on the roadmap on September 4th, 2019? Probably 2 years. I mean, yeah, probably by the time this episode's being aired, it's been 2 years. Like, holy.
Don't worry, they'll release it sometime, you know?
They'll
It's
release it soon. They'll release it soon.
soon.
All right, are you ready for fact number 2? So there is a glitch on the Hive. I think you remember this. In Sky Wars, if you broke a sign on one of the maps, you would get a golden shovel. And I mean, this is you may have seen this in one of Evidence videos. In fact, we did it with him. Okay, that sounded kind of weird, but me, Rubixel, Evident, and a couple other people were in a call, and we were just spleefing people with golden shovels and mining islands up in the Skywars. It was pretty fun until the anti-cheat banned us for 5 minutes. But that was a pretty cool glitch. However, this next one is really gonna shock you,
Oh boy.
and it shocked me at first. I have to give credit where credit is due. I did find this fact in Crafted Manny's most recent video, or maybe 2 videos ago. So, on October 19th, 2018, that's like almost 3 years ago, the Hive tweeted, "What game do you want us to add next on the Hive Bedrock Edition?" The options were Block Party, Gravity, otherwise known as a dropper, or Murder Mystery. And Murder Mystery, there's only 1,300 votes. So, like, that easily could have just changed the entire way of the Hive. But Murder Mystery won by 2%. Block Party Block Party. They said it's most likely going to be added into Mixed Arcade at some point. However, Dropper. We haven't heard anything about a Dropper game ever. However,
Actually,
I mean, like that.
it
That's
could
pretty
be the
cool.
new game, maybe.
You never know.
The new game is probably just gonna be mixed arcade, and everyone's just like hyping it up to be something else. But like, if it is else, I find it very likely it's gonna be one of the games they had in their Java server. Also, if you
Yeah.
think about it, imagine if Murder Mystery didn't win, you probably would have never came on the Hive actually.
Oh my gosh, that's actually really true.
So like, if
Wow.
something else won't, you would never be here, Kings.
But do you know what's really distracting? I have like the world's like tiniest cut on my hand, but I'm going through like 3 tissues. What the heck? This son of a it just can't stop
Oh,
bleeding. What the
Kings,
heck?
this is really. Oh
This is the
man.
quality content.
Yes. Anyways, what do you think is really the future of the Hive?
All right. Future of the Hive. So we all know that the new minigame is gonna come out. It'll probably bring on average, give or take 5,000 concurrent at all times. Boost the player count of the Hive on average by 5,000. Unless something else major happens, the Hive will probably be averaging about 28,000 people in the Hive at the moment. However, I do think that there's gonna be a Halloween event because the Sonic event was only the start. And if you look at it, the New Year's event, for those of you who don't know, there's a 3D event in the hub, sort of like the Sonic event, and it said, "We can't wait to show you what we have in store for 2021." So unless they were only referring to the Sonic event, um, something else is coming, and I think it could be a Halloween event, which would be pretty cool. I remember last Halloween, the only event there was is they would teleport everyone onto the Hive sign. I mean, by everyone, I mean only the YouTube ranks, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted YouTube ranks so bad. Where do you think the Hive is going?
But yeah, the Hive is averaging like 50,000 people, so like I think they've definitely fallen off a lot, but I mean, there's always room for more. They've been getting a lot more players. They've boosted their player count almost like by like 5,000. So I mean, that's pretty good. They used to have like 3,000 people at Treasure Wars and Sky Wars, but now they have like 5,000 on each now, which is pretty good. I'd say that the future of the Hive is just the more content creators they get, the more updates they pull out, is the more players that's probably going to get on it. What do you think?
Definitely. And I mean, as much as the Hive really wants to focus on quality, I mean, Galaxite has quality and they update so much more than the Hive. Like, how is this possible?
But
I
yet
don't
they
even
only
know.
have 1,000 people online.
I don't know why Galaxite is so criminally underrated. They've been underrated for like a year now, and there's been barely any player count change. However, I mean, it has gone up a bit. It has gone up a bit, but nothing too significant. Moving
Yeah.
on, what do you think? So we were just talking about Galaxite, but where do you think Galaxite's actually going to be heading in the next year? So in 2022, where do you see Galaxite going? I mean,
I
there's going
say,
to be 5 new games on Galaxite at this rate.
I'm going to say this right here. If Galaxite does not average at least 5,000 to 10,000 players by the end of 2022, I will be devastated and sad. Because they deserve so much more people online. Because their server is so, like, underrated. But I think one of the things that actually is good about them being underrated and not having a lot is that there's a lot fewer hackers, and the community is at least so small that, like, so interactive. The staff are so nice. They're so interactive. And I reported somebody, I think, was blatantly hacking in a Chronos game, banned within less than 2 minutes. Like,
Wow. If only the
I
Hive
know.
could do that.
I
In-game reporting has been on the Hive's like roadmap for like a year now, and Galaxite like has it like it's no problem.
I know.
Like, what's so hard about it?
I
Alright,
think
but do
maybe
you
the
wanna
Hive
move
is
into
just
your first segment?
my first segment. Oh boy. So today's content creator of the day award. Who do you think it's gonna go to, Kings?
I don't know.
Well, today I'm giving the very special content creator of the day award to Bufferen. Congratulations, Bufferen.
Hey. So
Yeah,
for
it's
those of you who
he.
do not know, oh, okay. Do you wanna do a
Go
small
go
little
go go go.
intro? Okay, you want me to go? Alright, Buffer Ren won Potato Pie's Ring Shot Royale competition. That was like a month ago. and ever since then, I mean, his content's been pretty solid. Anything else you want to add, Rubixel?
His content, man, especially for mobile editing. Oh
Oh
my
gosh,
god.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
I play mobile, but I don't edit mobile.
I know he's so criminally underrated. I want to try and see if we can get him to 1,000 subscribers, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. At least not
Who
for like
knows
a
if this
while.
podcast gets bigger? I mean, you guys should all like and subscribe. Not gonna
Yes,
lie.
like and subscribe. Also subscribe to Rubixel. That's a good idea too.
Yeah.
But another thing, so you were talking about a win streak Galaxite glitch. What's happening there?
Oh, so there is a small little glitch on Galaxite. I don't know if it's a glitch or not, and it kind of works more on mobile. But basically, in Galaxite Rush, which is their version of Sky Wars, there's such thing as a win streak, which is counted by the server, so you don't have to manually do it. And there's a whole win streak leaderboard. But I figured out, accidentally by the way, that if you are in a game and there's someone super sweaty or someone a lot better than you, unless they fix this by the time this podcast goes out, if you exit out of your game, like if it say you only have tier 2 armor and the other person in your game is tier 5 armor and another sword and you know you can't win, but you have a 6-game win streak or even just a 2-game win streak, you log out of your game and I don't know why, but your win streak won't go away. I think it counts as if you crashed because I mean, I crash a lot and I can't imagine if my win streak reset every time I crash. That would be a really, really annoying thing.
Yeah, another thing that I don't know about Galaxite win streaks. I had a win streak of 25 on Rush, but
Oh my gosh.
sadly, I lost it all to a reach hacker.
Oh,
That was back when I didn't know in-game reporting existed. So, I'm still salty about that. Um, I got my win streak back up to a 4 today. I'm gonna try and
let's
grind
go.
that to try and get on the leaderboards because I was so close to getting on the leaderboards with that, and then it got ruined to a reach hacker. I'm still salty about it.
Yeah, the number 1 win streak is like 150. Like, I don't even know if that's like possible. They're like a Technoblade
Maybe they
moment.
did the glitch you were talking about, just like
I doubt it, but maybe. They're probably just really good at PvP. But while we're on Galaxite, with the Galaxite tournament, a lot of people were asking, I mean, I hate to say it, but they were asking me how I got 4th on mobile. In fact, some people even thought that I was on PC because I didn't really release my gameplay because it wasn't super interesting because I didn't record audio for the whole tournament. But no, I was on mobile. Rubik's can vouch.
yes, he was having that mobile reach.
Yes, and for those wondering how I got 4th in a tournament of mainly PC players on mobile, Rubixel, me, Taria, Insane Orbits, we were all practicing like for weeks and weeks before the tournament. So I mean, I played probably more Chronos than almost any other person in the tournament, other than maybe like Dicey's. So like, you gotta have
I
more
would also
faith,
say
okay?
me, I played tons of Chronos, man.
Oh, you want to go into a stats war?
Oh,
Coming
well,
up on next episode.
I'm just saying in that week,
Yeah.
I'd say I played a
Oh, yeah, we all played a
you wanna know
ton.
how many games of Chronos I've played in that
How
just that
many?
week?
How many did you play?
400.
Oh, wow. That is a lot.
Yep,
I
yep. Take it or
don't
leave
know
it,
if I've
Kings.
played
Take it
that
or
much.
leave it.
Do you want to go into our final segment? And it is actually a segment hosted by you.
Oh, yeah. So, for all those people wondering, um, I'm also making a video about some Hive YouTuber tips. I'll probably release it in, like, a couple of days. But in this segment, I'm gonna talk to you about some YouTuber tips you can use to grow your YouTube channel. Not even just Hive related either. So, you wanna know some tips, Kings?
Yes, we all need to know some tips for Bixel.
Yeah, you probably already read the Mr. Beast How to Grow on YouTube book, but it's whatever.
It's
But
more for the audience.
yeah, so I'm gonna talk about how to get like a little bit more views on a video like related to the Hive specifically. So one thing you really gotta focus on when making a video is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is the thing that matters probably the most in any of the video. The video can just be like a centered thing of the Hive. You're just playing Sky Wars with like no like a little bit of commentary. It doesn't have to be that good. but the thumbnail is what matters, like, the most. Because if you have a good thumbnail, good CTR, and if you have a decent amount of impressions,
Wait.
you have
CTR is click-through rate, so how many times your video is served into the recommended section and how many times
yeah, I know.
people click on it in there, just for the people who don't know.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah. So, basically, right, if you have a lot of impressions, CTR is high, then you have a lot more views. But one thing that also you have to focus on too is also having a decent, at least, I'd say, if you make it for like a shorter style video, try and make the whole thing quite entertaining. But if you have a longer style, just make some like edits so people can stick around. So like your AVD is decent because AVD leads to a little bit more impressions overall, meaning like more of a CTR. But it all just goes back to having a good thumbnail. If you don't have a good
Yeah.
thumbnail, you're not getting anywhere on YouTube.
However, there is one thing that is more important in my opinion than a good thumbnail, and that is a good title. If you have the greatest video in the world, you could have the most underrated video. Say you pulled a Mr. Beast and you gave away $10,000 in Sky Wars to some random people, and you have a really good thumbnail, but then your title is like playing Hive Sky Wars with friends plus giveaway. No one's gonna click on it. And if you're looking in your stats and you're wondering why the algorithm hasn't boosted you up yet, well, first of all, you should look at your average view duration. On average, I'd say on average, it should be about 40% if your video is anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes long or longer. Well, longer you can go a bit lower if you want, but for shorter videos, you really need to have a high average view duration. Like just as an example, on my channel, I average 75% average view duration, like my actual channel, not the Hivecast channel. And for click through rate, I get 23%. But for news, of course, click through rate is a lot more easy to get at first. But, like, for you guys, I would suggest, like, if you have a 7.5%, click-through rate, that's pretty good. However, you really wanna focus on the editing. If your video is not being picked up by the algorithm, it means that it's on you, not the algorithm. I hate to say it, but it's true almost 99.5% of the time, and if you keep trying, you will get it someday, and when you do, you'll be ready. Anything
Yeah,
you wanna
that was a
add?
pretty good segment, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a very good segment, and
But
if you guys
should
are more oh, yeah?
or us go on, go on.
All right. If you guys enjoyed this last little segment and you want to have more, like, know more of our thoughts about the algorithm, we could even dedicate a full podcast. We could bring sharks on here too if we wanted to and talk about the algorithm because it's a really in-depth conversation we could have there.
Yeah, yeah. Let's move on to our final topic for the cast.
All
So,
right.
hive rules.
Oh,
Are they harsh or not harsh enough?
can we take a small little break so I can research them, like Google them all?
Sure.
And we are back. We Googled up the rules. So here's some of the rules. I mean, obviously, there's no abusing or disrespecting other players. That one's definitely good. But some of the more iffy rules are don't abuse glitches in the game or in the client. Now, this one is stretched a lot. I mean, some people even say that Evident, like, I hate to say it, but some people think Evident even abuses glitches because he traps using glitches. And I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but we may have Evident coming on soon to discuss trapping and all of that. But spawn killing, sky basing, I'm pretty sure like all the rules kind of seem fair. It's just some of the chat rules because Hive I'm not sure. Do you know if it's Hive or if it's Microsoft that actually mutes people?
I think it's both. I think Microsoft has their own thing for Minecraft, and that Hive also adds on a couple of maybe words or something.
Yeah, another rule that so ghosting. What are your thoughts on ghosting? So I don't really think ghosting is that bad. Like sure, it's a rule that you don't like it's obviously a rule, but I mean, I've never seen someone actually get banned for it and I don't think anyone should because
Yeah, I just think I think the time I think it's good to ghost is like if someone's just camping and you're never gonna find them. So like you're gonna have to tell them because like hiding is already against the rules, but posting about where they're hiding is also against the rules. So I just think that's kind of dumb. Cause like, I mean, sure, if you're ghosting to like tell where someone is when they're like trying to like move around the map away from you, I mean, that's a little, but I understand why they did it because there's two versions of ghosting that could be good, used for good and used for bad, like telling where someone is when they're hiding on a map, or like when, as the example I just gave, when someone's like trying to secretly get stuff, like let's say they're trying to get some emeralds secretly at mid, while someone else is like over somewhere else and not doing anything, and you just tell them where they are. It ruins the aspect of the game. So I understand why they just said ghosting as a whole instead of just trying to make it one specific thing and making it just a lot more complicated than needs to be. So I can understand that rule. Mhm. Yeah, so that's basically all the things about the rules. But one thing I would like to add on to the segment a bit. So you know who Phil McCrack is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about him for a bit.
Alright.
Um he scares me. I mean, I am for him. I am scared by Phil
Oh, yeah.
McCrack.
Do you wanna go on about your experience with him?
So basically, one day I'm like getting ready for bed. I'm just like in my bed, and then Frank DMs me because that was back when I had like my DMs open to everybody. I do. I just had them off after he said DM for a while, but now I have them back on, so you can DM me if you want. But I had them on, and he DM'd me what seems to be my account being online in a custom server, which I was not online. So it made it look like I was online, but then like it took me like a day or something to realize that like I think it was just like he got into one of my games, or one of his friends got into one of my games and just clipped it and put it on the like or he like clicked on my profile and just sent it to him, or he found it or got into one of his games and he just sent it to me. That's probably what happened, but it did scare me for a while, honestly. And not even it's not even just that either. Um, the Hive Clips Discord, I mean, they can do what they want, but like
Oh, yeah.
She Game was like a head owner of like Hive Clips, and he wanted to ban Film a Crack. Like he had said it to the other like thing to the other like mods, and they were like, no, no, he's clouded, so let's let him, even though he did this. And I'm
Oh
like,
gosh.
what are the mods on the Hive Clips server doing? Like, I left the server because of that. I blocked like half of the mods that were like saying to my DMs. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's someone I literally thought someone had count, and not just that, they blatantly hack in their videos. Like, I know it's like kind of funny, but like at the same time, I mean, like you're just like being so annoying. Like I understand trolling's funny, but like Skeppy kind of trolling. I mean that's funny.
Like,
That's okay to be funny.
super gamers
Yeah, like
funny.
super gamers trolling is funny, but like when you're just hacking on YouTubers that are just like trying to have a good time or trying to stream, you're just like ruining it. Like it's just not cool. So like that's just my thoughts on him. I think his channel's gone. I'm not sure, but
Let me check, yeah. Danda Plays has also been blowing up. A lot of the Clips channels, I think Sean Star's been blowing up. A lot of the Clips channels have been blowing
yeah, he
up.
still has a channel, but it's whatever.
Do you wanna,
It's
talk about Clips and how they're doing so well in the algorithm, why they're doing so
Oh,
well,
I
and
could
all
talk
the
about
YouTubers blowing up?
shorter style content, not even just clips, shorter style content as a whole. Like, I could name all of the YouTubers that have been blowing up recently off of shorter form content. You, Piglin Mafia, Crafted Manny, Dan to Play, Sean Star. You got like, what's his name? The guy with the
Uh,
regular show profile picture.
the regular what?
You know the guy. What's his name? Um, I forgot his name, but he was like a clip channel that you mentioned one time at a recap, and like
Oh.
he had, like, a lot of
Oh,
subscribers.
oh gosh, it's triggering me.
Yeah.
He is a platypus avatar.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I forgot his name.
That's
I'm probably
good.
offending him so much right now, and I'm so sorry. I feel so bad right now. Here, I'll
Yeah,
just type in Hive clips. Also, Hive clips as well. They've been blowing up off of shorter form content as
yeah.
well.
Speaking of Hive clips, what happened to Hive highlights? I mean, did they just like
I know personally what
disappear?
happened to Hive highlights, if this is
Oh,
true.
yeah,
I heard that we basically just kind of, like, stopped uploading because he kinda just, like, felt I'm not sure, I don't know if this is true or not, but
alright.
one of the people actually, um, that I thought was Hive highlights kinda DM me and saying that he was. I don't know if it was true or not, but he said that he basically just left because, like, the community was, like, upset at him or something.
Yeah, that
I
makes sense.
mean, okay, fair enough, I mean,
Like, mixed opinions on that one. Like, from my point of view, I'm, like, happy, and at the same time, I was like, "Okay, that happened."
yeah. I'm still trying to find the name of him, it's just rolling off of my tongue.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Chill Jay-Z, Chill
Yes!
Jay-Z.
There we go,
That
there we
was him.
go.
Chill Jay-Z, another person that was blowing up off of clips. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
well, I've really been liking I mean, this episode especially, it's almost been an hour, and, I mean, it's gone by really quickly, but, let us know who else you wanna see on. Be sure to subscribe to the Hivecast, we just hit 600. Subscribe to NotKings, subscribe to Rubixel. Anyway, that's all, see ya.